World leaders have gathered in Switzerland for a major conference dedicated to discuss how to bring peace to war-ravaged Ukraine. More than 90 countries and global institutions are attending the two-day event. It is the biggest gathering for Ukraine since the full-scale invasion. As the first international summit on pathways to end Russia's war in Ukraine opened, President Vladimir Zelensky hopes to find paths to a just peace as soon as possible. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky told the forum that he will present Russia with a proposal for ending the war once it has been agreed by the international community, further adding that he hopes the summit will lay the groundwork for just and lasting settlement with Moscow.
We must decide together what a just peace means for the world and how it can be achieved in a truly lasting way. The UN Charter is the basis for us. And then, when the action plan is on the table, agreed by all and transparent for the peoples, then it will be communicated to the representatives of Russia.
U.S. President Joe Biden, who has sent his deputy Kamala Harris to represent him, the American Vice President has pledged America's full support and global efforts to achieve a just and lasting peace. She has even announced more than $1.5 billion in energy and humanitarian aid for Ukraine.
It is not only an attack on global food security and energy supplies. Russia's aggression is also an attack on international rules and norms and the principles embodied in the UN Charter.
Now, French President Emmanuel Macron has insisted that bringing sustainable end to the war with Russia could not involve Ukraine's capitulation.
As it was mentioned by several of you, such a peace could not be a Ukrainian capitulation. This is why the precondition is to help Ukraine to resist in such a situation to this aggression, because there is one aggressor and a victim.
But with key players like China staying away, Russia not being invited, and President Putin issuing a new ultimatum to end the war in Ukraine, where he wants Kyiv to drop its NATO ambitions and hand over the entirety of 4 provinces claimed by Moscow. Expectations of any major progress are low. Now, the absence of both Russia and China, it has stirred doubts about the impact of the summit, especially as the conflict in Gaza diverts global attention. According to Dutch Prime Minister, peace can only be found with 2 partners, while the President of Slovenia says the next conference should definitely not be without Russia.
Well, should accept the invitation. I think he made a mistake not being here. This whole process started a year ago with 14, 15 national security advisors, and here we are today with half of the UN at the leaders level in many cases of many countries, and he is preparing for a state visit to North Korea. So this is your story.
To be honest, I'm looking for the second peace conference, which is going to be more concrete, and more voices need to be heard, and I think that the next conference should definitely not be without Russia.
For latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.